into electricity. Pablo's eyes grew even wider. Whoa, that sounds hard. Garry laughed again and shrugged. Before Violet could ask more questions, Mr. Ing passed by with plastic water bottles in his hands. "They're almost ready for us," he said. "I brought these from the bus for you all." He handed one each to Violet and Pablo. They opened them and started gulping down the cool water. "Here you go, Garry," said Mr. Ing, holding out a bottle. Garry smiled and shook his head. "No thanks. I don't like to use plastic." "Are you sure?" Mr. Ing asked. "It's pretty hot out here." "I'm sure," replied Garry. "Okay, then." Mr. Ing continued, passing out bottles to the other students in line. "What's wrong with plastic?" asked Pablo. "I thought it was okay to use as long as you recycle it." Violet nodded, her mouth full of water. "Recycling is good," said Garry. "But just like a trash dump, recycling plants produce pollution." "Really?" asked Violet. "Really," Garry repeated. "I have a reusable water bottle, but I forgot it at home today." Violet looked at the plastic bottle in her hand and frowned. "I didn't know plastic was so bad," she thought. Just then, the doors to the Environmental Science Center opened. "Welcome, students!" A woman with curly red hair and freckles smiled as she held the door open with her foot. "Sorry to keep you waiting. My name is Allie, and I will be your guide today. Come on in." Chapter 2. The Environmental Science Center was bigger on the inside than it looked from the outside. The main floor was filled with different exhibits. Nearby, a row of model windmills were lined up behind a rope. Some seemed as if they were from fairy tales, and others were like the ones that dotted the hills of Newburgh. Against the back wall was a long wave pool with a machine that looked like an upside-down windmill and measured the energy created by the waves. On the opposite side was an exhibit about solar panels. "Feel free to look around for a bit," Allie hollered over the voices of the excited students. "Let's gather on the rug of the multimedia area in 10 minutes. She pointed to a rainbow-colored rug in the far corner of the room that was surrounded by bookshelves and a row of computer workstations. "That's the exhibit my parents helped build." Garry pointed to the line of solar panels mounted on a wall. "Let's go check it out," said Violet. She grabbed Garry's and Pablo's hands and darted toward the display. "Are these from your parents' lab?" asked Pablo. He pressed his face up against the display case, holding several small black squares with lines on them. "Yep. Well, some of them. They're called solar cells. Solar panels are made up of a bunch of solar cells that turn sunlight into electricity. That's their latest model." Garry pointed toward the far end of the display. "It can turn almost half of the sunlight that hits it into electricity," he explained. "Is that a lot?" asked Violet. "Oh, yeah. That's 8 more times the amount of electricity than this one could make." Garry hurried toward the other end of the display. He pointed and said, "That's one of the first solar cells ever made. It was invented about 70 years ago." "70 years?" said Violet. "That's as old as my grandpa." The 3 friends laughed. Just then, Mr. Ing hollered from the center of the room, "Okay, students, it's time to join Allie on the rug." Violet, Pablo, and Garry gathered in the multimedia corner with the rest of their classmates. "I hope you had fun exploring," said Allie with a smile as students sat down. "You'll have plenty of extra time to do more. But first, I wanted to chat with you about our current exhibits. Did you notice anything that they all have in common?"